Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. Today is June 3rd, 2021, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, we're watching the South African Rand continue to strengthen versus the US dollar. But first, looking at the major economic events of the day, starting out at 4 o'clock South African time out of the United States, ISM services PMI numbers coming out. Now, tomorrow, we have non-farm payroll for the month of May. So that's a major economic event tomorrow. Now, looking at the various markets, starting out with the currencies, major pairs are pretty much unchanged versus the US dollar. And as we look at the indices as well, Dow Jones and the NASDAQ, both unchanged as we're entering the summer session. And looking at commodities, gold hovering around 1900, while oil on its new record highs. And lastly, looking at both the stocks, Apple gaining, while looking at the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin firming up and looking to push ahead. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go with the Euro USD at a daily chart. We're going to change the time frame to a shorter time frame as well. But first, looking at a daily, you can see we're just receding back to this 121.85 level, which is a potential support level, which was previous resistance twice. So that potentially will be or may be a support level where we'll see ourselves consolidating between this 122.67 and 121.85. Still a tight range for us to be, as we've consolidated once before, as after we've had this nice little move upwards. Now, looking at a 4-hour chart, we're almost there. Okay, altogether, you see a little bit of a recession here and a little bit, not recession, but receding and selling off a little bit here going into tomorrow's NFP report. Now, looking at the USD Rand, this is where it's at. We're first looking at a weekly. Let's look at a daily. Where are new highs for the Rand versus the USD? And it was just a giveaway. We've been somewhat following this in the background. It's just the Rand is not such an easy pair to trade because its spread is so wide, but it's worthwhile to check it out. Now, on a daily chart, this is really important for future reference. When we had this almost breakout, okay, right here, and we couldn't break above the 30-day moving average, and sure enough, that was resistance, and boom, between 1457 or 1440-ish level down to 1350, that's a nice move. That's a whole point between the Rand and the US dollar. So with that said, just keep that in mind for the next time. Now, next real support level, looking at a weekly, is 1311-ish level, 1320-ish level. So keep that in mind as we continue to recede here versus the US dollar. Now, looking at the commodities, gold, just struggling with this 1910-ish level, just hovering at that 1900, which is a decent sign for gold, which means that it's not receding so much, but may find itself consolidating in this upper range. Now, looking at oil on its highs at 69.30, almost hitting in the 70-ish mark. Let's see if it did hit it yesterday, which is an important number for it to hit. No, it didn't hit $70, but it's coming very close as we enter the summer months. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, you can see pretty much flatlining. Oh my gosh, 34,589. Yeah, we had about a 200 to 300 point move within the week, but altogether it's really unchanged. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, also very much unchanged here as we're entering the summer months. Now, looking at Apple, we gained a little bit yesterday as we receded down to this 121, which is a support level for it. Looking at Alcoa, also challenging this $40 a share. Now, looking at JP Morgan, okay, new highs for JP Morgan for the year at 166, and it's almost on its dead highs, okay, 167-ish level. So this is really important because remember, this is the representation of the banks and the financial services in the United States. And if it's continuing to go higher, then we may see the markets continue to go higher as well. Now, looking at Bitcoin, this is really very important. We're looking at a 4-hour chart, and it's looking that it wants to break up. Look at that, 38,770 right now as it gets closer to that 40,000-ish level. Now, yes, are we off of our all-time highs of 59,000? Yes, but still the lack of, further sell-off, okay, because we did go from much earlier than that. We went from 20,000 up to 60,000. So, for it to retrace down to the 30s, normal, okay? However, you see that it's consolidating within this area, which means there's some strength for it from going further down. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be back in the 60,000, but for right now, this looks like a decent buy, okay, as it continues to push higher. Now, we do have resistance at 40,000, so keep that in mind as well. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.